Hi guys, it's been a long day today. All the staff have been here working and I think we got through about 200 boxes of angel cards. We worked really hard today. Sonia was a little bit poorly. She'd got a little bit of a sore throat, so she left early. And Cecilia came to do a singing bowl for the energy of the room, and it was lovely before we started. It was really nice. I had a really nice day today. I made some vegetables for everybody. I just basically threw them into the big pot and put a little bit of oil. Why am I thinking away from this now? Anyway, so I put some virgin olive oil on. I've got so much on my mind today because I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 41, and then pack the angel cards. 1, 2, 3. So you have to count as you go around, and then you're 41, and then you put them in the box. So I've but it's really therapeutic, to be honest. It was really nice. In and amongst everything else we're doing, wrapping and packing all your stuff. So thank you for your orders, guys. So kind. Yes, the angel cards are now on the website, so they're there for you to enjoy and love. Today's a lovely day. It's a beautiful day today. It's been a beautiful day. Come closer. Hello. It's a beautiful day. It's funny. I was with my accountant this morning, and he was working out, all the things that I need to do legally wise, get everything sorted. And Susie was with me, and we were having a chat. We were all talking, and he's like, and I said, "What's up, Carlos? What's wrong?" He says, very strange, very strange. I said, "Why?" He says, "When two people split up and they're divorced, they don't normally talk to each other. This is very strange. You two are like best friends." I said, "But what's wrong with that? After living together for so many years, how can you not be best friends?" I just don't get it. It's just mentality of people, Anyway, it was interesting. So it's been an interesting day, interesting morning, guys. How are you all doing? What was I going to talk about? Nothing really. Why did I put this on? Maybe just to say hello to everybody. Hello! Okay, I'm off then. No, I'm kidding. Okay, book. Let's have a look in the book, shall we? A lot of you guys send me messages, and sometimes if I think the message is, but it makes me think, oh, that's a great message. Maybe I could talk about it a little bit. I put it in this book, so let's have a look and read one, shall we? How do you stop? Oh, we did that one. What is the quickest way to heal from a broken? Okay. What is the quickest way to heal from a broken heart? Oh. To stop being angry. To stop hating each other. To stop being so sad that it's all finished and over and, it's all gone wrong and my whole life was because we were meant to be together. Guys, a broken heart is a horrible thing. I'm laughing, but boy, do I know what it feels like. It is a real challenge. And when you are in that energy of a broken heart, it's like, oh my God, nothing else means anything. So you can be wealthy, you can be successful, you can be at the top of whatever you do, you can be fit, you can be healthy, you can have achieved whatever goals you want. But I'm telling you, if all of a sudden your partner says, "I don't love you anymore and I'm leaving you for somebody else," or I can't be with you anymore, you know what means something to you at that point. And all of those things, like the nice handbag, the nice car, all meaningless, absolutely meaningless. That's when reality check comes in. And when I mean reality check, it's not about the things and what you've achieved. It's about your strength. It's about your character. It's about your self-worth. It's about who you are now. And this is one of the greatest challenges of life. And I guess if you sat 100 people in a room and I said, "Oh, okay guys, has anybody in here ever suffered with the challenge of a broken heart?" How many people do you think would lift their hand up? Come on, tell me. How many? 50%? 60? 70? 80? 90? What about if I said 99% of people would have lifted their hand up in that room? And the reason why is because I believe wholeheartedly that we are not in this world to be with somebody full time for the rest of our lives and experience that beautiful energy of being with somebody that you and I believe should be how it should be. Because we all believe that. That's the illusion of love. Right? That sounds awful, doesn't it? The illusion of love, because love is all around and we create love, but you know what? We can't control it. I can love you, but you know what? I can't make you love me. So there are people in this world, okay, this is going to sound really derogatory and negative, but in the whole of the years that I've worked and sat with couples and singles and people who have been together for many, many years, like, you know, people who have been together for 50 years, a lot of the times what keeps them together is the fact that they've been together for so long. They've got so used to each other. And a lot of the times, if they're very honest and truthful, they are there together because of, well, you know what else is there? And, you know, I've just got so used to him that, you know, he's part of the furniture, or I've just got so used to her and nagging me every day, and, you know, and you see that there's an almost, I've given up. This is who I am. I'm with her and that's it. And I say, do you actually still love your partner? And then they just laugh and just say, we just got so used to each other. And that was quite predominant in a lot of people that I saw. And when I said 99%, I meant it, because there is 1% who do come here to meet somebody that they love when they were a young kid and grow all together and love each other. Like The Notebook, okay? If you've ever seen The Notebook and haven't cried, then you haven't got a heart. But yeah, I'm not saying true love in that respect doesn't exist, but I don't believe in the fairy tale of true love as you and me would hope one day to be in that fairy tale. And this is going to sound really contradictory as well, and you're going to think this is awful, but I actually think it's so dangerous to believe in true love in that respect, that one day you're going to meet somebody, live happily ever after, and you're going to grow all together, and, you know, you're going to fall asleep together and move into the light. I think love to me is predominantly about loving yourself and going back to how do I heal a broken heart. It's not really about healing a broken heart, it's about healing yourself. You see, what you look at as a broken heart is something that isn't you. It's something that's now broken and ripped apart and causing you pain and suffering. And that's how you then step away or step out of that pain and look at the pain from outside and say, look at what he's done to me, or look at what I've done to myself, or blame myself because of whatever's happened. And getting over that is a challenge, because the blame factor is that what keeps you there. And when you blame, it's easy to not really look at yourself. But I didn't do anything wrong. He cheated on me. Okay, well, he cheated on you, so it's all your fault. Okay, it's all his fault. Okay. I struggle with that, guys. I really struggle with that. And I struggle with all of it because I'm able to see the bigger picture. And we could talk for hours about what he did, what she did, what they didn't do, what they should have done. But, you know, for me, the bigger picture with love and heartbreak is, and it is a bigger picture, and I've mentioned to you before about this, I believe wholeheartedly that before we come onto this planet, we choose people that are going to test us through the moments of our true character, our true inner power. Now, if I wanted to come to this planet and learn how to become stronger than certain emotional situations that I've gone through, and why would you do that, Mark? Why would you do that out there? Why would you want to go through that pain? Well, maybe not only do I want to feel that pain to see what it feels like, but I also want to know how I'm going to react. And I want to see how my physical and mental and emotional abilities are able to feel them and then overcome them or not. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whether you overcome it or you don't, it doesn't matter. I think when we go back home, we'll be able to say, okay, I felt that enough. Do I need to go back and maybe experience it a bit more to change or to be slightly different and to feel a different emotion to become stronger? Or, you know what? Maybe, and this is something I've come to terms with as well. It's not always about achieving enlightenment by feeling of conquering something, but maybe that you go back home after going through heartbreak and becoming stronger very quickly and getting over it. Maybe you say when you're at home, when you go back home, saying, you know what, I went through that heartbreak, but I didn't feel enough pain, so I don't really know what it's like to feel like I'm on my hands and knees wanting to, end my life. So maybe I need to come back to learn that again. And that's an interesting observation, and it's something that I find very, very powerful to me. And it really makes me feel good to know that, hey, it's not all about conquering, it's about feeling the worst pain as well. So I think the bigger picture, if you're going through pain and suffering, and trust me, if you are, you're in my heart. You're in my heart, and I think the first thing you need to do is let go of blame. Let go of your blame, let go of their blame, let go of blame of anything, and just say, you know what? I'm not going to live in blame. I'm not going to live in pain and suffering. I'm not going to live with these thoughts and feelings that I wasn't good enough, that I am not this, that I should have been this and done that. Listen, guys, there's quite a simple mantra I use, and that's this. Till this moment today, I have used it with my clients over the years, and they will sit with me and say, you know what, Mark, I think my boyfriend doesn't love me anymore and I don't know what to do. And I say this mantra: there is nothing that you can do to make your boyfriend love you forever. And there is nothing that you can do that will stop your boyfriend loving you forever. So either way, you can only do your best. And if the bigger picture is that you are meant to walk together along a beautiful journey and to experience certain things that you chose to experience before you came here, and at that moment you said, you know what, when we go down there, I want to have a baby with you. I want to experience this. I want to lose my job. I want to go through pain and suffering from, maybe meeting another woman that I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could say no to that woman and become stronger and find my self-worth and my power and know the difference between right and wrong. Or maybe I need to go through that, meet a woman and go with that woman and experience the pain and suffering that maybe I shouldn't have done, and the guilt and the sorrow, to the point that when we've done that, then we part and go our separate ways, and then we meet somebody else to then learn from them again. So my whole feeling about heartbreak is that we all experience it. We all have to go through it, and it's nothing personal. If you're going through heartbreak now, I want you to know this. You're a beautiful soul, and there is nothing personal, or there is no karma. There is no black magic, dark energy. There is nobody giving you it's all bad luck and why is it always happening to me? It's nothing to do with that. It's to do with your journey and how whatever you chose, even though you'll say, Mark, you're talking rubbish. I would never want to experience coming to this world and for my partner after 20 years or 30 years going with a younger model or whatever. Or, my partner passing away into the light and I'm heartbroken because I'm never going to see him again. So there's so many reasons why heartbreak happens, but I would say that we do. I know it's the hardest thing in the world. If you're heartbroken now, this isn't gonna help, because you're gonna say, I never want this. This isn't what I wanted to happen. But let me tell you something. There is some really good news. There really is. The good news is that your journey has just begun. You think it's the end of your life. You think it's finished. I'm never going to love again. I don't believe in love. I don't believe that I can ever meet anybody. But let me tell you, I have sat with so many thousands of people who have had their head down, who have been in bits, crying. And I've nurtured them and helped them through. I've cuddled them and given them healing and said to them every day, just wait. You are going to experience love like you've never experienced before. And when I say it, I mean it with my hand on my heart. And the one thing I recognize, which is really strange, but the longer it takes, the more beautiful the love is that comes into your life. And that could be because you've learned to grow stronger and love yourself. And now whoever comes into your life is somebody who you will not put up with any nonsense with. You will want somebody who is like you, who maybe doesn't smoke, who doesn't eat things that you don't eat, doesn't drink all the time that you, or who does eat meat every day because you like meat, or who likes a drink on a night of wine. You'll meet somebody that you'll connect to and you'll fit together more so. And it's not always the case that, well, I think it works hand in hand. I think ultimately Spirit has got that person for you, and they're coming to your life whether you believe it or not, or whether you know it's going to happen or not, or whether you try or not. I think it's important to work on yourself, but to always have a cheeky smile in your back of your mind, thinking there is somebody coming into my life and they're going to blow me away. Not always it's going to be a bed of roses, but you are going to feel love again, and you're going to feel a different love. Not the love that you had before, because that never ever happens again. It's a different love. And the love that you're going to get is going to stimulate certain parts of your whole body, your heart, different parts of your heart and your soul, different parts of your mind. And it's going to activate something that you've never felt before, different emotions, different love for this person. I didn't realize I could love in this way, and you will. And you will love them, and you will love them in a different way. So it's not like you're disrespecting the person that you loved before and you say, I'll never love anybody like that again. No, you won't. You're right. You'll never love anybody like that, because that love that you had together was a very unique love. But that doesn't mean that you can't love somebody else in a new, different, unique way. And we can't compare love by I loved him more than that person. It's just different forms of love. They are all equal in their own way. So my suggestion is, if you're going through heartbreak today, and I send you a massive cuddle, I really do, but let me tell you, you are going to meet somebody so beautiful that is going to help you in so many new ways experience life and make you become stronger and give you a new meaning of understanding about a partner. And it will activate you in so many beautiful ways. You'll feel amazing, you'll feel different, you'll feel younger. And this part of your life now that you're feeling pain and suffering, soon you're going to get up off your knees and you're going to go to the gym, you're going to run, you're going to eat healthy, you're going to look after your body, because you know that you're working on yourself to be the better, the more beautiful, the more handsome, gorgeous, sexier, beautiful body, beautiful mind, beautiful spirit. So then you meet somebody equal to you. So you are always progressing. Even though that you're in pain now and you love the person, you still love them, and you will do. You'll always love them. You'll never not love them. You'll love them in the way that you love them. And for you to say, I always find it really fascinating when people sat down in front of me and said, I can't believe, I'm with a girl and she still thinks about a past love, and she still cares for that love, and I feel really almost jealous. And I say, well, you know what, mate, I'd tell you this, there's a truth. Would you want to be with a woman who can go with one man for 10 years and then forget about him in 2 minutes? Don't you find that a beautiful gift, that that person is still loving that other person? Doesn't that show that that person that they loved and whatever happened to her, she still holds love for them. Doesn't that show you her character? And I'm telling you this now, my dear friend. When she falls in love deeper and deeper with you, do you think that she's going to walk away from you and just forget about you? No, she's going to love you equally to the person that she loved in her own way, and she's going to want to be with you forever, and she's not going to leave you. So you know you've met somebody amazing. So don't worry about fearing these things. So we have to, and it's difficult, it's challenging. It is challenging if you're with somebody and they've loved somebody before. But you know what? If you can grow up, and if you can see that that's a beautiful thing, then maybe you can be friends with the person that broke your heart. And you can be friends again and accept that, you know what? Maybe our path was meant to come to an end at this moment. And only in the future you'll be able to look back on this conversation and say, you know what, Mark? You're a bit of a crazy guy with crazy tops, but you were right. I never thought I could love again. And when you said that on that video that day, today, now, that I would one day meet somebody else and love them in a different way and look back and still have love for the person that I loved before, but I love this person now and I've grown stronger and I still love them in their way and we're still friends, and it is possible. And going back to, funnily enough, that, you know, I had coffee with my ex-wife, Susie, today, and we're laughing and joking. She's getting on with her life. I'm getting on with my life. We come together, have coffees, talk about our daughter. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Why would you want to be angry with somebody that you lived with for so long and you had children with? What? Who was it who said that? Who was it who said you have to do that? Yeah, your crazy mates who tell you, you know, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? Tell her or tell him this, and you shouldn't do that. No, don't listen to childish behavior. I'll tell you something a little bit about the social world, the way it works, the way the system works. You know, when two people come together and they get married, did you know that's a contract? Then you become partnership. It becomes a business. Did you know that? And then after the business, when you split up, they want you to be angry and hate each other. So then you go to your solicitors and then fight each other, and then all the money goes back into the system, pays the solicitors. So then the business then has to separate, and now you become different entities. We take all your stock, which is your home and this and that, and now we're going to separate and we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? No. You become together, you agree that these things happen, you still care for each other, you resolve things together, and you tell the system to get stuffed, and you work it out yourself as friends. That's the way forward. So I know I've diverted a little bit from heartbreak, but you know what I'm saying, guys. You may be going through heartbreak and you're thinking, I'm not going to let him see my children. I'm going to take everything away from him. You know what? Bad mistake. What you should do is agree to become friends, let things go for the sake of children, for the sake of yourself, for your sanity, for your happiness, and be the stronger. Be the stronger. Sit down together, talk to each other, give each other a cuddle, encourage each other through this challenging time. Isn't that beautiful? Help each other through the time. And at the end, you become friends. And at the end, there's no suffering. And wow, you can look back and say, you know, we really, you know, even through the suffering, at least you did the right things. That you did it from love. You did it from a loving place. Not anger, not hate, not bitterness, not spite. And then you can see your child is not being affected by it and see that there's still love there. And you change the chip of your child, that then they get older and then they may divorce. Then they say, no, we don't have to fight. You know, I saw my parents, you know, work together, help each other. Okay, they had to do their own thing, but then they came and helped each other and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I'm not fighting. So you change the mentality of how a system makes you hate each other and never speak to each other and fight over everything. And I want more than you and all that horrible energy, instead of being caring for the amount of time that you've been together and still holding that in your heart and still wanting to help each other. but still moving forward in your own life and respecting each other. It's that simple, guys. So again, I send you a great big cuddle if you're going through heartbreak, but like many of us, we've been through it. And if you ask me how to cope with it, be the stronger, let the pain go, become your best friend and be their best friend no matter what's happened. You know what? If, he did this, he shouldn't have done that. Let that go. Let that go, because that is only going to keep you entrapped in that pain and suffering. Forgive yourself, forgive them. Sit down and be honest and say, I'm sorry, because whatever I've done may have caused you to do what you've done. So it's a two-way thing. It's not all one way. And you might say, yeah, but I was good to him and I did that. Well, maybe you were, but you know what? When you can look at yourself and say, you know what, maybe we both contributed to this and maybe nobody's to blame and these things happen, and you know what, let's just forgive each other and let's move on. Trust me, if you want to know how to get rid of heartbreak quick, that's the way forward, in my humble opinion. Be the stronger, be the more beautiful, and you will look back on your life and say, you know what, that heartbreak, what I went through, I am still strong. I was still stronger. I let it all go and I was confident and I knew I could conquer this challenge. And when you do that, oh my God, you will lift yourself up and you will feel love like you've never felt before. So maybe now it's time to get up off your knees. Say, I felt that now. Now, be truthful with yourself. Be honest with who you are. Be honest with everything that you feel. Don't be ashamed of feeling that you may have made mistakes. We all do. But if you see your mistakes, and maybe it might only been a few mistakes, but hey, like me, my first marriage, I said to myself, I am going to, whoever I'm with next, I'm going to try and love them more. And then my next marriage, now I said I'm going to try and be more calmer, more caring, which I feel as if I am, but I need to be more understanding. I need to not just think that my way of thinking is the only way, that I have to see it from other people's perspective. So if I'm to love again, I'm going to have to try and work really hard to see that my new partner is saying something that is different from what I'm thinking. So that is my next challenge to become stronger than. But because I've seen that, I'm growing that way and I'm letting go of suffering. I'm not thinking of the what ifs and what this and that thought. I'm trying to let them go and just trust in my future and say to myself every day, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to be the best I can. If we're meant to be together, we'll be together. If we're not, we're not. But I'm going to be the best I can be in this relationship. And I think that's a good start. And that's it really, guys. I hope this message serves you well. I hope I haven't offended anybody by saying certain things. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I think everybody's situation is totally unique. So we can't put anybody in a box. We can't label somebody from being bad, good. You can't label people from being, deceiving. And, we all, if you look at each person like I did, I got to see things from different perspectives. So I'd first of all get the wife and she'd tell me her perspective. And then I'd get the husband who may have cheated on the wife and get his perspective. So I get to see everything. And you know what? Your story and his story are very different. And if you come in the middle, the third story is normally kind of like where it is. But each to our own story. We all have our own story. We all have our own thoughts and feelings. And they're all very different. So it's not about what she did right and what he did wrong. It's all about our journey. That's it. It's your journey. And please, please don't live in blame. Don't live in hate. Try to forgive, let go, and become friends again no matter what happens. And look at yourself and say, you know what? It's not, and even if he did do something wrong or she did something wrong, go to them and say, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I contributed to you doing what you did. And then they may turn around and say, but it was me who did it. Yes, but if I would have been a better person, if I'd have taken care more, if I'd have done something, maybe this wouldn't have happened. So please forgive me. And you know what? You know how powerful that is? It's the most powerful energy in the world. Trust me, I've done it and said it. I want to say goodbye, everybody. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. You're in my heart if you're going through heartbreak. And remember, I make this prediction today. Very soon, you will be in love with somebody who is going to blow you away, and you are going to be the happiest person. You are going to be smiling, and this person who's going to love you is going to, like I said to many people, the first thing he'll do when he goes into a supermarket, when he's pushing his trolley, is think about you and put all the food in what you like, your favourite foods, before he even thinks about himself. That's the person who's coming into your life. The one who sits with you. I can see you both sat together, just going on holiday and talking to each other and having a really deep, in-depth, loving conversation. And you taking their hand and saying, I love you because we can talk together, and it's so beautiful. And you can sit there and stop talking and look at the sunrise and the sunset together and not say a word but feel the bond of love between each other. And I believe you will meet somebody like that one day soon, and you will be blown away, and you will have everything that your heart desires. So on that note, have a beautiful night, heal well, and remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. In fact, you haven't even started living yet. You're just about to. From my heart to yours, have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Heal well.